All right. Now, before you guys cuss me out and hang me out to dry, well, no, before you cuss me out, crucify me, then give me the brand of sacrifice, then hang me out to dry, and then wait for the apostles to come and fucking devour me and tear me apart. Had to use a little berserk logic there. It's kind of a fucked up logic, but I think it was necessary to say, since I know that a lot of you guys are going to be pissed the fuck off a little bit. I don't know, you know. But here's the thing, okay? I have an explanation. All right. I'm looking at you, Luffy fanboy. All right. So, in all honesty, I was going to save this Let's Play for later, like way later, like as soon as I get done with other projects later. But um it was brought to my attention that I should do this Let's Play immediately. Now, give you the story behind that, then I'll start with my usual routine. So, I was at work and I was fucking around on my phone because it was like 30 minutes before I had to clock out and everything. And plus, I had my lunch uh, during that time too. My brother hit me up. I was fucking around on Instagram, which I don't really fuck around with all like that because it's like, whatever. And my contact list linked up with my Instagram account, and his account came up. So I added him, and he was already online. So yeah, and I told him about my Splatterhouse 2 Let's Play, which which I, you know, that we both grew up playing. Well, I was playing. He was mostly watching. Whenever he came to visit. And he brought to my attention something that I just completely damn near forgot about. I was actually, it's like I didn't forget about it. It's just that it was just on the back like shelf for like later, because this game that I'm LPing right now, if you as you can probably guess, it's Sonic Adventure. And the reason I was saving this personally was because this game is very personal to my heart as a gamer. Um, for a few reasons. Reasons that I didn't really get to explain in my how did I become a gamer discussion video, because I was actually going to split that video into two parts. Part 1 was um my formative years, you know, uh it pretty much covered the games I owned from the time I was 6 all the way up until the time I was like 12, going on 13. Yeah. And then part 2 is going to cover what games I owned 13, I guess fast forward up until today, I guess. But I wasn't going to like go that damn far. But one of the games that I was going to mention first on the list, obviously, whenever I was going to make my part 2 video, which I'm still gonna make. I still haven't forgotten about that. It's just some shits come up, and now I gotta go all the way out to fucking Asheville, Ohio, just to do some stupid, just to you know just to do a job, right? You know, but whatever. I yeah, extra hours for me, but um, and the game that I was going to mention before in my part two video was Sonic Adventure. And going back to what I said earlier, this game is dear to my heart because what I was going to say in my part two discussion video is that after I got done, what am I saying? After I got done, um, like I said in my discussion video, part one, the Sega Genesis was really all I ever owned as far as console gaming is concerned, and there was a few things that I did forget to mention. I'll cover them in part two, but I'm gonna skip over that. I'm just gonna skip over that and then jump straight to what happened on my 13th birthday. And you know, uh, so yeah. So before I do that, that's pretty much what the situation is, guys. As far as why I'm doing this now instead of you know doing what I said that I was going to do earlier. Prior to this now. So just letting you guys know, Luffy fanboy, Karok 13, uh, Christopher, all you guys, yeah, that's the reason why I'm doing this, instead. So just laying it out there. Now, going to the usual routine. You already know who this is. It's your boy. And sorry about that. And today I'm going to be doing a let's play of Sonic Adventure 1 for the Sega Dreamcast. You know, I was thinking about just doing the DX version, but I had a request that I do the original version and just stick to that, which I totally agree with. I think it's better that way, even though DX is like slightly better because they did fix a few things compared to now. But whatever. I would have probably done the original any fucking way if it really came down to a really hard decision. Now, um, on to the story on how I got this game. So, segueing back to what I said earlier, when I on my 13th birthday, I went to Target and well, yeah, I actually went to Target. You know, foster mom was going over there to Target to buy some shit, and I was tagging along with her. Now, prior to all that, I saw the Dreamcast commercial. I saw all that shit, and I was like, "Holy shit! I really want that console." But it was I just didn't see it happening. So why while my foster mom was going around shopping for stuff, I did what any other normal kid would do, and I moseyed my ass on over to the electronics section. You know, the electronics slash gaming section, right? And it had the Dreamcast on display. And the first game that they had was a demo of Sonic Adventure, which I didn't know was a legitimate game until I actually saw it. What? No, a matter of fact, no. I take that back. I did see a commercial. I did see the commercial for that. Well, I saw the commercial for Dreamcast first when they were advertising the Dreamcast. Then I saw like a little short commercial of Sonic Adventure uh, advertising on TV. You know, like during the time that the after school cartoons would come on and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, saw that and I was like, holy fucking shit, right? Gotta get this game, right? But at the back of my mind, it was like I already accepted my fate of not ever seeing this game, possibly playing it, but it was possibly just going to be under someone else, right? That's what I thought was going to go down, But I was content, okay, because I was content with the fact that there was a chance that that might happen, and I also was content with that fact because I thought that my brother would get it first, you know, because he's usually always the first one to get the newest games that come out. So I wasn't really all that, tripping. Like I wasn't really tripping all like that. I was doing was just waiting for a phone call from him or waiting for him to let me know, like, hey, uh, my mom just got me the fucking Dreamcast, and I was about to be like, yeah, fuck yeah. I'll ask her if I can go upstairs and visit. If she says yes, fuck yeah. If she says no, give it a week or two. We'll try it again. It was that kind of shit, right? So, continuing on my story, went to the game store, saw that they had the Dreamcast on display, and it had the Sonic Adventure demo going on, and I'm telling you, man, I was just blown the fuck away. Okay, blown away. Played the demo, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, nah, I gotta get this game. I have to get this game, you know. And when she came and she found me and shit, like I asked her, I just, I wasn't really, I was expecting her just to say no anyway. I was expecting her just to be like, hell no, because you didn't do this, you didn't do this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh yeah, 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 whatever. I don't give a fuck. I knew you were gonna say no anyway. So, fuck off. That would have been what I would have been thinking, right? And, I asked her. I'm like, hey, you know, all I got is a Sega Genesis. I mean, you currently got my game on. I mean, I didn't say all that, but I was like, please, can I get this? Can I get this? And she was like, hmm, yeah, all right. As long as you keep doing what you're doing. Because around that time, I was on my P's and Q's as far as schooling was concerned, right? Because I really was actually putting in effort, but my motivation behind it was to actually get my old games back, not to get a new one. So I was basically just shooting in the dark, and she was like, okay. I'm like, wait, really? You gonna buy this? And she went up to the game teller. Well, not the game teller, but she went up to somebody working up there and asked for the game. And she asked me which game I wanted, and of course, I pointed. I just started like banging on that glass, like, look, this right here, Sonic Adventure, right? And then like it was just I was just like flabbergasted. I just couldn't believe it, you know. And when I think about it, I think most of it was just okay. Sorry about that, guys. Now, when I think about it, most of it was just, and I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it at the time until it dawned on me later. But I think most of the reason why she bought it was because it was my birthday. So, whatever little personal things that she had in her craw about me would have, like, it had to be put off to the wayside, you know, because she did say afterwards, oh, yeah, you're going to have to, you know, continue to do good in school, don't screw around, and all that stuff. Because if you do, then I'm gonna have to take that game away from you too. And me, that it just went in one it just went in one ear and out the other. Because I was like, yeah, 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 cool, yeah, whatever. I'll do fine in school, whatever. I'll suck the teacher's dick, vagina, whatever. I don't give a shit. Just hurry up and let's go home so I can hook this bad boy up. Because I just couldn't believe it, dog. You know, couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Like that was, you know, another, like I don't know, man. Like the feeling was just indescribable. You know, because it's like not only did I just get a new console, right? I could have been happy with either other console before the Dreamcast gen um, was popping off. I could have been happy with a PlayStation 1. I could have been happy with Nintendo 64 or what else was out around that time? Um, the Game Boy Advance and nah, I had that. Yeah, but again, I'll dive into that in my part 2 video. But yeah, I could have been happy with either anything before Dreamcast. I could have been happy with. I could have been just as happy and just as humble and everything else because that's just the kind of guy that I am. But the fact that I got the Dreamcast, the fact that I got the next best gen game, and on top of that, I'm getting I'm having Sonic Adventure, a 3D, like one of the it wasn't one of the first 3D Sonic games ever made, but it was like the be all end all Sonic game that was just gonna take off. You know, having that in my hands and knowing that I was going home to play it, like it was just indescribable. Take away this Nothing could take away this moment from me at all. Couldn't wait, man. Could not wait. Aside from the fact that it was better, well, I mean, that was just me I was just gloating in my own mind. But like the fact that I knew that it was gonna be like the shit, like um compared to the PlayStation and everything else, like it was just gonna pale in comparison. Well, I mean, I actually didn't think that. I actually thought they were just gonna be more or less the same, but it just a slightly better graphically, right? That's what I was thinking. That is until I went home and I plugged in the system, and I read the manual and I smelled that new game console smell, and I was holding the Sonic Adventure disc in my hand, reading the manual and all that, smelling the manual, looking at the disc, you know, looking at the back of the cover as to what I was about to experience. And I don't remember exactly what it said. I'll have to look it up and see, but I remember it was just detailing stuff that was gonna happen in the game, and I was like, holy shit, holy fuck, and I get to experience this in full, like not just the demo that I was just playing earlier. Cause when I left the demo, the game console and the demo and all that, I was leaving with a sense of loss, because I was like, oh man, I gotta leave this behind. Back to the bullshit, right? That's what I was thinking. But then the fact you know, that I was holding it in my hands, and I was just taking it home, it was just indescribable, indescribable. Just I don't know how to put it into words. Like it was just a combination of pure bliss, you know, and just just anticipation, just absolute bliss and anticipation. The type of bliss and anticipation that you'll remember for a lifetime for a lifetime. And I know people have came across that kind of experience at least once or a few times in their formative years or in their lives, I guess. But it's like it was one of those experiences that you'll never ever experience ever again. Not on the same intensity, not on the same frequency or vibration or however you want to define it, right? So I plug it in, and you get if you play Sonic Adventure before, you already know. My eyes was just blown. It felt like I just got done watching the biggest blockbuster of the season. It was like, man, like it was like, god damn, like movies ain't got shit on this. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, I had like a really old CRV TV, right? But it was like one of those old, I guess 20, like a 20-inch CR CRT. What the fuck am I saying? Yeah, like CRT TVs and stuff. A Polaroid or some shit. Like my TV was pretty old, man. It was pretty fucking old, but it was still able to run. Like it still had like jacks, like the jacks that you needed in order to play games on and play DVDs and stuff like that with. All things considered, and of course, it had the very jack that it needed for the Dreamcast because it needed that little I forgot what it was called, but that little pin plug, that little screw in pin plug thing that goes in the back. It had that, so it wasn't really a problem. I thought it was going to be a problem, but it wasn't really a problem. And then turn on the game, and the rest is history. So without further ado, um, let us get started with Sonic Adventure. Um, so while I set everything up here, I gotta move this part. No, it's not gonna let me do it, or what? Hmm. Okay, I think what I'm going to have to do is that I'm going to have to split the video. Yeah, I'm going to have to split the video into two parts from the way it's looking over here. That's what I might have to do because I already got 15 minutes on that one that I had to pause, and I got yeah, 10 minutes and counting. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to see you guys in part two. Yeah, I really hate to do that, but I ramble a lot. I've already stated before that I do that. So if you've been listening this long, thank you a lot for listening to what I have to say. Because my whole thing here is that I hope that, and I did receive a lot of good feedback, but for people who are just watching my channel, I'm just hoping that whatever story I've told thus far is somewhat familiar with your own experiences as far as this this never-ending hobby that will always treasure, even for a lifetime to come. So, oh, and also on a side note, uh, me and my brother really cherish this game a lot. So much so that we did like a videotape recording of it at one point, but it wasn't with our commentary. Like we just videotaped the game itself, for memory purposes. I don't know if he still has the tape or not. If he doesn't anymore, it's fine. Because in a way, me making this let's play is a bit of a homage to. Oh yeah, and that also cuts into the reason why I did this let's play first. Aside from my brother requesting this specifically. Number one, my brother requested it. His request will come first. Not unfortunately, but his request did come first, and that's just the way it is. Second thing is we do, like this is second reason is because I should have done it. I should have done this before, to be completely honest, but I completely forgot about it. Apparently, it's the anniversary of this. The Sonic anniversary date has already passed. I was actually going to do this as like I was basically going to do like nothing but Sonic stuff. Uh, in commemoration of the anniversary that just passed. It turns out I thought it was gonna be um in October or August, around the same date that Sonic Mania comes out, but I was wrong. I was informed that it was actually April 21st. Yeah, I was informed that it was like earlier, like around April 21st. So it already passed. So yeah, so technically this video is late. Well, technically this let's play is late. So, yep, that's basically what it is. And the yeah, I'm just gonna have to include this in my lineup of let's plays that I'm going to be doing on my channel, and I'm gonna try to wrap up all my other current projects really soon. The closest one that I'm getting done so far is Evolution. I just got, as far as I know, one more dungeon to do, and then after that, I'm done. Like Evolution will be completed. It'll be done, and I can wrap it up nice. I can wrap it up nicely and put it inside of my archives. But all right, guys, that is pretty much it, and I will see you guys in the game.